Hi, this is Chuck Martin from MediaPost, and we're at South by Southwest. We're actually about a few blocks from the convention center right now at upstairs in a house that's been rented by JWT. So we're in a pop-up ad agency for the next few days. So we're going to have a discussion about what's going on at South by Southwest. This is day two. We're into Saturday, and we have some executives from the advertising community, some leaders really of that space. And I'd like to have them introduce themselves, and then we're going to have a discussion. So starting from my far right.
Great, thanks. Hi, I'm Chris Miller. I'm the Chief Digital Officer for Draft FCB.
Hey, I'm Craig Elimelia, and I run digital and technology for RAP.
Hello, I'm Julie Hardy. I'm Global Chief Marketing Officer for a company called Select NY.
So as you can see, we have really the luminaries of the industry here. So what we want to talk about is really, we're going to try over the next few days to bring to you some of the flavor of South by Southwest of the discussion. And I wonder if we could start by, if you could each describe what you see at South by Southwest. What's the flavor of it? What does it look like to you?
Well, I think for me, and I've been coming for a long time, I guess long enough before there was lines to get into some of these things, but there's just a really unique energy that happens at South by Southwest. It's that, mashup of agencies and clients and software and hardware, and now with the conversation, especially this year with APIs on top of it all, and really not just being a database thing, but how it's going to bring a lot of this to life. It becomes an interesting energy that is great for the industry.
Yeah, I feel that also coming to South by over the past few years, more normalized. I think that in the very beginning, you sort of felt like it was kind of this underground, sort of cultish type of thing, and it sort of seems like it seems very mainstream right now, and you see
Mainstream.
It seems pretty mainstream, and I think that I think that it's become something that is just pervasive in culture, and it's gotten to the point now where you're seeing a lot more people from different walks of the business world, and you're interacting with a lot more different people than just kind of like your Twitter friends. So I really enjoy the diversity and a lot more people coming out and taking interest in these types of things.
Great. And Julie, what's your take?
Well, I think that South by is very interesting because it's an eye-opener. So for us, it's really an opportunity not only to meet with people that are not necessarily the same background, but also to understand where we are leading towards and how it's going to affect our business, our consumer, the brand we work for. And that's really interesting because there is a variety of people, because we speak about digital, but digital is a very generic way to describe it. It's a series of very specific skills and very specific cultures that we access to. So I think for that, it's super interesting. And speaking about music and movies, that are another level of stimulation for us.
Right.
But
Yeah, we're at the interactive part of the festival
Exactly.
with music and film on both sides of that. We had the MediaPost OMA conferences yesterday, and there were several audience polls, and people were asking the audience how many from ad agencies and how many from brands.
Mm-hmm.
It was an off the charts number of agencies and brands here, and I wonder if you could all talk to why are so many people from agencies here. I mean, it's just we've never seen that many agency people in one location.
Yeah, I mean, to me it makes perfect sense. I mean, we're about communications, and I think interactive and South by is about is the next next level of communications. I think that TV and radio sort of have taken a back seat to everything we're doing in digital. I don't even like saying the word digital anymore. I think everything is digital, and I think agencies need to attend conferences like this to sort of culturally become more aligned with those types of communication channels, and become more, I would say, comfortable with the ferocity of new channels that are emerging.
But it's not just it's the agency executives. I mean, like yourselves.
Right,
I mean,
right.
all the top executives we're finding of agencies are here.
Well, I think it's reflective of the change of what we're doing as agencies. So just like what JWT is doing here with the 5 days and what they're creating, I think as agencies, we're not just creating ads anymore, right? As we're thinking about campaigns or systems or even platforms and environments, it becomes important that those developers, those programmers, the UX people are all part of the team as well. So it's not just, it's not an advertising agency necessarily anymore. I think to your point about communications, and that's, I think, pretty reflective of South by and all the discussions and things that are going on here. And so as a leader, you're kind of remiss not to be here in the conversations. And for us too, it's great from talent perspective too. There's a lot of great people here to meet with as well.
A lot of people looking for jobs here?
Hopefully. We've
Okay.
got some at Draft FCB if they want to come.
No, I think I totally agree with you. It's a matter of like connecting with the now and tomorrow, and as agencies, we are supposed to lead our client as well for the change and for the evolution. So that's a big responsibility that we have. And if we are not part of the conversation, we are outdated. The second thing is productive innovation, and because we are not anymore about just communication about a specific product, but the fact that there is a big shift between coming from the cult of a brand to the cult of the consumer, and we are here to also understand how to empower the consumer to make the brand more relevant. So that's as well, I think South by is a very good source of inspiration, and it's our role to inspire then our clients. And the third thing, and I agree with you, it's definitely identifying talents, and it's a time of collaboration. So, it's all about like being able to create the families of people and these specific skill sets that we all need to combine to make things happen. Because ultimately, the consumer doesn't care if it's digital, analog, or whatever. It's a full experience that is supposed to be engaging. That's it.
And the brands, are you finding brands here as well?
Yeah, not necessarily. Yeah, I mean, we work a lot for P&G, so definitely, P&G is involved as well. But not all of our brands. But I see a lot of brands here, and I guess the marketing side, the product innovation side, and the organization of these brands is more and more connected about how to understand tomorrow and what's coming up. South by is a very good place to understand that.
Right. And the brands that you've used?
Yeah, we've got a number of brands here. Actually, we ended up early on booking a block of rooms, which worked out well because some of our clients who then said, hey, we want to go, and you guys know if you don't book a room right away, you can't get one. So we were like, yeah, in fact, we do have some rooms, and so while it meant less of our people from the agency could go, it meant that our clients could go and not be 20 miles away. So we've got a number of senior clients here, from Discover Financial Services to Del Monte to Sharpie, a broad Cox Communications, a pretty broad range that are here.
Right. What about you for brands?
Yeah. I mean, for me, it's we have a number of brands that we represent as well here. But in general, I think brands need to they need to attend these types of conferences, because I think that what we bring back to them as their agencies can seem somewhat abstract and kind of pie in the sky. And I think that this makes it very real for them, and they're seeing how these ideas are sort of bubbling up, and how companies are bringing a lot of these new platforms and a lot of these new utilities and service to festivals like this. And for them, it gives them an opportunity to understand how their brand is viewed through the lenses of these different types of technologies and this different type of culture. So I think brands are definitely if it's anything, it's just understanding the experience, understanding the culture better, and then being able to kind of go back and trust us a little more as agencies that this stuff is really happening.
Well, the trust is nice. I mean, we're finding at night the conversations that you have. So you've got clients who are sitting in sessions all day or with us, and then you have these great discussions about, hey, did you see this? What if we did this? Or should we talk to such and such?
Totally.
It becomes this really interesting dialogue that it's not just coming back, or to your point, building the trust, but it's then the conversations that hopefully lead to some groundbreaking work and innovation that comes out.
Definitely.
So do you encourage your brands, your clients, your brands to come, or do they just end up coming on their own?
No, we encouraged them. That's what I said about the rooms. I mean, we reached out to people, and we made the mistake a few years ago reaching out and people saying, yeah, we want to go. Oh, we can't get a room. So just
Now you get
right?
organized.
So little mechanics like that, but being organized then that we can ask them, or that I think what we're seeing is them jumping in and saying, yeah, we do want to go, want to be a part of it. I mean, much like other conferences like Cannes, where you've seen a lot more client engagement into it, which I think benefits the industry overall to do that.